Well, that was quick. Really, really quick. The Vancouver Canucks just coughed up their third straight third-period lead. They've just played their third overtime or shootout game. This time, they won it in overtime, so there was no need for shootout here in this game against the Chicago Blackhawks in Chicago. It was a 3-2 overtime win for Thatcher Demko and the Vancouver Canucks. Demko, fantastic game by him. But the biggest story of this game is Elias Pettersson. Once again, it's always Elias Pettersson. And the reason this is a story today is because Pettersson got himself an assist on Marcus Granlund's goal, the second goal of the Canucks in the game. This was Elias Pettersson's 61st point on the year, making him the #1 rookie scoring leader for Vancouver Canuck rookies ever, passing Ivan Hlinka, who got 60 points in 72 games, and passing Pavel, who did it in 65 games. That's 60 points. Pettersson got himself 61 points in 62 games. He is the best Canucks rookie ever. But, you know, you didn't really need me to tell you that. You probably already knew that he was that good. But Elias Pettersson now is finishing things up here with an assist. Brock Boeser got an assist as well. Let's go over through all the goals that were scored in this game here. This one was a doozy because the first period started and the Canucks actually took a whole bunch of control on the opening draw and the first few spans of ice time. It was crazy because they actually played yesterday against Dallas in a shootout nonetheless, so they played the full 65+ minutes on the ice, and they came in here to Chicago actually on fire for some reason. The period doesn't actually go the way the Canucks want. There are a lot of great saves by Corey Crawford. He does his thing. Crawford is really good when he's in the zone, and he was in the zone tonight. And towards the end of the first period, that's when Jonathan Toews struck first for the Blackhawks, his 31st goal on the year. Patrick Kane with his 59th assist and 100th point on the year. Jesus, Patrick Kane is good. And honestly, coming into this game, I was really excited because I've honestly really wanted to catch up a little bit more on DeBrincat and Strome, that whole thing that they've got going on. Add into the mix Toews, who's having a great year, Kane, who's having a great year, and Erik Gustafsson. That group right now is just the quintessential quintuplets of the Central Division, and I really wanted to watch this game unfold because I was like, yeah, these 5 guys are so good, and they got themselves a power play marker here. It didn't really look like the best shot, but hey man, it went in, and it was 1-0 ending off the first period, but period 2 starts out quickly on the Vancouver side of things because Alexander Edler gets himself a power play goal. This one, it's a Bo Horvat face-off victory. 29th assist on him. He pulls the puck back over, and Edler, he just takes a shot. Just takes it, cradles it, and he shoots it, and it's in the net. Alex Edler is not afraid to shoot, we know that. He's been like that his whole career here, basically. And he combines here with Horvat for the game-tying goal. Vancouver ties things up quickly, it's their 13th shot on the game, and it's tied. Then going over later into the period, this is when things get a little bit spicy because Elias Pettersson here, he takes the puck. He finds a way to steal it out of the Chicago pressure. Because Pettersson takes it, he kind of pulls it in through his legs, and then he goes forward. He just absolutely wheels with it forward. Then he does a nice little no-look kind of fake-out pass over to Boeser, who rips it on net, and Marcus Granlund is there for the rebound. Boeser with his 28th assist, and Boeser's 51st point on the game. That's actually something we missed from yesterday's commentary. Boeser's at 50 points. Well, he's at 51 now. But he's actually been pretty darn solid this year, despite the fact that you could say that he certainly hasn't looked the best. Doesn't matter if he's hurt or if he's been hurt, he's still putting up points. And that's the important thing, I guess. It's just kind of a reminder because it's like, wow, imagine Boeser when he's fully healthy and when he's fully on his mojo for a whole 82 games. That's going to be incredible. But Elias Pettersson, 34th assist on the year here. This is his 61st point on the year too, breaking the Canucks rookie record. That was all good. And going over into the third period, this is when Chicago really started putting the pressure just absolutely on. They had so much zone time. Thatcher Demko was doing his best to maintain his pace. He made a lot of great saves out there. Demko kept the Canucks in it for sure. But that quintuplet, that group came out there again. DeBrincat, Kane, Taves, Gustafsson, and whoever they had as their last defenseman. I think it was Duncan Keith most of the time. But they got themselves the game-tying goal after a ton of pressure. And this one wasn't even a good one. Demko would have stopped it if it wasn't for Edler, who was right in front of Demko, knocking it into the net off of his arm. Alexander Edler. Okay. That one was disappointing to see. I saw a lot of people kind of frustrated at the whole team for that one, especially Louis Eriksson, because he had a few good chances before that to get a goal himself, but he didn't, because, you know, Louis Eriksson. But Alexander Edler here is kind of the guy who knocks it into the net. This one is his fault, and I know you don't really want to blame a goal on one guy, but he stood there, he blocked it, and it went in. So going into the overtime, things were kind of freaky because we were like, okay, well, this is our third straight overtime or shootout game. How is this one gonna go? And lo and behold, we only needed to wait a few seconds for that. Alex Edler and Bo Horvat, just with the passing and going here and there. Horvat gets the puck, sends it over to Edler. Edler does the little how you doing to Jonathan Taves, rushes into the zone, gives it to Horvat. Horvat with a quick one-touch pass back to Edler. Edler goes back to Horvat and he shoots at 5-hole and it's in. Horvat's 25th on the year, Edler's 17th assist on the year. It's 3-2 Vancouver. They take this one, and it's an overtime win. We didn't need to sit longer for this one to actually conclude like we did for the shootout games of last game and 2 games ago, because they gave us a treat to watch just in the overtime and a nice give-and-go play. That seals things off. It's 3-2 Vancouver. Now, this one was a pretty fun game, I'm not gonna lie. Elias Pettersson obviously breaking the record. That's the best highlight of this package so far, but this was an entertaining game from both sides. Whether or not you were a fan of Vancouver or Chicago, there were a lot of good moments for both teams, and there was really nothing to complain about in terms of watching this game as an entertainment point of view perspective here. It was a great one. Patrick Kane got himself his 100 and 101st points on the year. Fantastic for the man, honestly. So good, so skilled. And coming into next season, you know, Jack Hughes, he's probably got that same ceiling that Patrick Kane does, but I don't really know how I feel about Jack Hughes anymore because the Vancouver Canucks have won their last 2 and they've gotten points in their last 4 games. So, yeah, Team Tank's really taking a hit here, eh? But it doesn't really matter, because at least the games are entertaining, I'll give you that. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was your Blast Night Gaming, and bye.